Hello, hello. This is Super Dude, and we are here in Underbog. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how hard it was going to be, and lucky enough we had two mages, so we always had a sheep ready, and they were pretty good with it. I didn't know which trash is going to do how much damage to me, so it was touch and go for me here. We only wiped once on the bear boss, the pet, but that was a misfortunate. The warlock didn't get in close enough, and he pulled the big bog lord thing that patrols behind that boss. But we'll get to that. So here was just trying to pull as little trash as possible, but getting to the boss. And, they wanted to share the quest, make sure everyone had it for the Gala Heroic. Yeah, since these patrolled constantly, and I realized these guys actually hurt. They dropped me pretty low. Two of them could knock you quite low. Yeah, I had a whole thing of rage there. I didn't want to pop out of there to pull it with the Moonfire. So I was expecting these guys to do a lot more damage than the flying birds, alien things. It went down quite quickly. So here I'm trying to realize what the patrol path is for a lot of these. So that was sheep perfectly. These two together are enough for me to handle, and one by one we nuked them down. Then we got that big bog lord in the head of us. I figured we can skip that pack. Well, we needed to get closer to the ramp, and that's where that big bog lord basically would stop us from doing it. So here I pull it back so we don't pull the ones from the ramp. I have three ranged. I didn't have to worry too much about positioning because nobody was gonna come in from behind and pull by accident. Now we just gonna pull these three. One of them gets a sheep. Well done. I like mages that, you really don't need to mark unless you want a specific mob. Like when we were doing helping Thrall escape, the wardens are better sheep because they dispel some others. I mean, if you sheep anything else, the warden will just dispel it. But that's for a later video. I did that last night. So I put the skull on that one, thinking they're gonna. But the DPS was split, and I had to fight for threat on both of them, which turned out to be not as easy as I would lose threat on it, basically. But damn, we got the skull down first anyway. Here we are, now boss time. Again, I didn't know what was different in the heroic version of this boss. I just remember there were mushrooms, and to avoid the mushrooms, that's basically what I did. The DPS seemed to have good enough to nuke it down. And yeah, this is the boss. Boss was pretty easy, just made sure not to stand near a mushroom when it was spawning. Easy, went down. Now we have the patrol. I believe I don't remember how many there were. 3 or 2 or 1. But it turned out there were 4, right? 4 of them. 4 can be very dangerous for me, apparently. If 2 knocked me down so low, these nearly killed me a few times. Good healer. that one. And yeah, so it's pretty straightforward here, just a few bog lords. The next trash, I first was thinking of what to mark for sheep, but a lot of them, there wasn't any specific mob that was more dangerous than the others. So the sheeps were just at their own discretion. I believe you'll pull, yeah. For one pull, the other one sheep, perfect. And these are pugs, complete pug group that I made for the daily hero arc. Today's daily hero arc was Steam Waltz. But since I already have a video for Steam Waltz, I didn't record it. And it was a wild run. We got feared into a pack. Oh, it was a mess. But we cleared it nonetheless. Okay, so here's the patrol. I'm trying to think. Is there any way to pull that patrol without pulling that pack or the pack that's behind the wall? And I realized, nope, I gotta clear some of these packs. Since I had a whole thing of rage, I didn't want to pop out a bear. I did my best here to keep aggro. With this, with the warlock seeding, it's not the easiest thing to do. But because we had two on that, yeah, so I chain pulled that. We don't have chain pulling is very effective if you don't have a rogue in the group. When you have a rogue in the group, you have to come out of combat before you can pull the next one to give the rogue a chance to get into stealth. But when you don't need to, you can just, as soon as one mob dies, you pull the other one, as long as they have mana, right? Just keep chain pulling until everyone goes out of mana. Mages do go dry quite quick compared to the healer. The healer's regen was on point. There we go, pull it some more. I just want to pull it back so that patrol that goes behind the ramp, just to be safe. There are a lot of, I noticed from the Steamboat runs, there are DPS that are willing to risk killing a pack that can fear you next to another pack, and I was trying to consider the logic behind it. And the only one I could think is because they haven't done this instance enough time, and like I'm way more careful trying to make sure. Trying to make sure not to get a feared into another pack and end up wiping while the people who haven't done as many runs, I guess, as I are willing to risk because they haven't gone through those situations yet. Well, I guess today, well, for you our DPS learned what it means. Getting feared into one pack and then that pack fearing you into a second pack, and then in 10 seconds you basically have 3 packs of mobs to deal with, and heroic, yeah, there's no way to wipe. So I pulled this by accident. I thought I had room. Perfect. 2 sheeps down. Easy. It really is. These heroics are a lot easier when you do have a sheep. You don't have to wait for a sap. You don't have to risk your rogue getting spotted and nuked. So now I'm gonna pull these 2 packs while avoiding the patrol. I thought first just to kill this pack, and then we'll pull the patrol. But not that easy. The patrol didn't come forward as much as I thought it would, so we had to clear the next pack as well before we got to the pack. And we actually combined it. Since we had 2 sheeps down, out of the next pack we killed 2 of them, and we kept the sheeps down and while the patrol was by us. So I just gave everyone a moment to drink while we waited for the path to move by. There we go. So these 2 die. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. I tell them to decide first to wait. Like, I don't know, 3 sheep. Let's do it while they're here. These guys do hurt. This was, yeah, probably one of the smoothest heroics I've had so far. Probably should keep on those. I'm thinking when keep on probably the control numbers. Control 1, control 2, control 3. Those could be my markers. Shift 4 is the only one I have to keep on, and that's the skull. Yeah, probably will do that. Like, control 1 will be moon, control 2 will be square, control 3 will be cross. I don't think I've ever needed more than 3 markers, plus skull. We can add 1 4th one just to have. I don't use my control number keys anyway, so... And yeah, I tell them we'll do the boss here and I'll pull the boss back here. I would be lying if I told you why. I just remember this is something I remember we did. I'm guessing maybe for the knockback or some shit like that. I don't think I got hit by a knockback. Yeah, the healer. Got healing aggro. The boss felt easy enough. Even with me losing aggro to our DPS. Yeah, I thought I would take that for Cat. I figured nobody would really care. A party full of cloth wearers. This is the fun part. This is the fear. Again, anywhere where there's fear, I try to pull as far back as possible, just to avoid anyone pulling more. Sometimes that does irritate some of the DPS who like to charge in on full, or who like to start shooting with full. Bugs that do the poison. Oh no, yeah, we got the pat. So I marked the pat so I can see where it is. That one has no threat. Probably gonna go for the healer soon, unless I catch it. By the looks of it, I do have threat on all the rest of them. What I know, yeah, it's basically just tabbing, lacerate, tabbing, lacerate. If you want lacerate to do more threat, you gotta make you gotta have enough threat for a mangle, and then pop it off, mangle, and lacerate. Tab, lacerate, tab, lacerate, tab, lacerate, tab, lacerate, tab, mangle threat. Already on the second target. And by the time you have 5 stacks of lacerate, you should probably try to get a mangle in there so that when you refresh the 5th stack, it has that 30% increase. And and that should help with the threat exponentially. Obviously you can swipe, but swipe is it's not really that much. What is it, like 300 crit? While lacerate has an initial threat when you place it on the mob, and then while it ticks, so the threat continues to gain. So this gives you breathing room while you tab between 3 to 4 mobs trying to keep aggro. And that's of course gets a lot easier when you have a paladin giving salve. And their salve, oh, just heaven. So this is where we're gonna wipe in the next minute. I didn't know we can skip. This is totally new for me. But I never liked starting this boss. I thought I could hibernate the boss, and normally you can. In Heroic, apparently you can't. But because there was that Boglord that walks behind, I can't tell. Like, I was hoping we can run through. But somebody came too close to the boss, and there's that Boglord, and I'm going, fuck, he's gonna get pulled if we stay here. We have to basically hug this corner. Yeah, the Warlock thinks he's safe, standing where he is. Bullshit. Yep, and there it is. That's her wipe. I can't count how many times that has happened. I much rather kill that Boglord before we start this boss. And that's not that easy to do when you're skipping, because of those packs of trash you have to avoid. So, because of that, because of the bear charges, right? The boss itself freezes everybody. It tries to run away, getting out of range so they can shoot you. It's a tight corner. You need the whole group to basically sit in the back. The far corner of that enclave, alcove, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, getting stuck in this tube all the time. I did get some new gear in last night's Kara. I got the staff and the tier 4 helm, so I got the two set bonus. Ooh, and I got 25 badges from Heroics. I got the ring. See, I have Underbog, and I did Crypts. And then late last night we did Escape of Old Hillsbred, or whatever that's called, where you help Brawl break out. So 2 more videos to upload plus this one, so 3 in total. So from what I have learned doing these heroics, it's better to be safe and spend 2 extra minutes clearing a pack than trying to be fancy skipping, because the risk with pugs, at least, I'm not saying when you have a group of 4 people that you've played together for months, weeks, years. You know each other, ability, you know how well everyone plays their tune. So we're back here. I'm going to wait for everyone to come back. We're going to do the skip again. This time we're all going to hug right into that alcove. kill the boss and then the Bog Lord. I didn't want to risk pulling the boss again, doing a repeat. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I could see the Bog Lord here so I can mark it at least so people could see it. But either it's too far away, and I'm on maximum settings. It's not in my settings, it's just probably too far away to see it. Or it's just around the corner and if I waited long enough I could see it. I don't know. I wanted to say something and then I decided against it. The healer felt the need to run all the way up to the boss and get the buff right away. The Bog Lord's leaving, so we just go boss. Here we go, boss time. Me, of course, trying to keep Dread on both. Almost died here. Like, that was unbelievable. That healer, it was very well done. There we go. Easy kill. I decided against running over to chain pull the Bog Lord. People were low on mana. I popped the health pot for that. I believe I would have been dead if not. Surprisingly, these Bog Lords are not as painful to have as the ones at the door. The two at the door. So here we go, last boss. Which went down actually quite smooth. I'd say very smooth. He didn't levitate me. And I realized these guys, I didn't know these guys are going to spawn in Heroic. I was really hoping that they would disappear. But once I saw the boss go down and these guys don't go down, I have to try to save. Oh, the healer died. Alright, combat res there. And that was it. That's basically the run. Thank you for watching.